question. As someone who's wearing hearing aids for over 35 years, no, I would say the stigma has not changed. I can tell you from experience and talking to many people who don't really identify with having hearing loss, but know they have hearing issues. Just the stigma is still a really big barrier to entry in addressing their hearing issues. And I think that's partially because the technology perpetuates that. Invisibility is not the answer to solving stigma issues whatsoever. People should be...
So in other words, making a cooler looking hearing aid is not...
Making something that's more visible, more socially acceptable, more affordable, and with technology companies wanting to explore this area, companies like Apple and Panasonic and Bose and others, that there's a brand affinity and social acceptance with those brands. That I really believe that hearing technology and the hearing aid industry and consumer electronics companies can live hand in hand, and they've already started doing that over the last few years, especially when you look at made for iPhone hearing aids and Apple partnering with other hearing aid manufacturers. People see Apple and they trust that brand and they think that's cool, and it gets them looking into that type of technology. But I think this whole issue is as much a social innovation issue as it is a technology innovation issue. We have to change the conversation of what it means to have hearing issues, and I think more options to the consumer, more awareness on the issue is going to change that conversation, which gets more people addressing the issue sooner. And I think that's really important here. Not many people talked about stigma today, but that is one of the biggest reasons people don't get help. If they don't want to admit that they have an issue, it makes them think they're getting older, it makes them think they're not fitting in certain social situations, so they isolate themselves, and they just don't address it until it becomes a really big problem. And that's not just older people, that's younger people as well. And cost also is a barrier to entry. So I think that's something that we really need to think about here, is that we have to get more options to consumers that not only are affordable, but are socially accepted, so that we start changing the conversation around hearing loss.